One person who doesn't need a pardon from Donald Trump is Mike Pence, who has that perpetual grimace of a man who just sharded, doesn't he? Whenever Mike Pence talks, he takes these long pauses and squints like he just sharded and doesn't know who to blame it on. This week, he hit the talk shows pushing his new book. And no, it's not the Bible, but it's filled with just as many fairy tales, especially about January 6th. Here is Mike Pence describing his Oval Office meeting with Donald Trump a few days after January 6th. This is Mike Pence, in between charts, describing his first meeting with Donald Trump after the insurrection.
But we sat for more than an hour and a half, and I was candid with the president about my disappointment. And I must tell you that I sensed the president was deeply remorseful in that moment. Now, I know that's at odds with people's public perception about him, but I want to tell you it was true. I could tell he was saddened by what had happened.
Yes, Trump was saddened by what had happened because there weren't even any rope burns around Mike Pence's neck. He was very saddened by what had happened. He was more sad by what didn't happen, Mike Pence. They set up some scaffolding and a noose outside the Capitol to hang you. And when it became apparent that if they found you, they were going to make you swing from the scaffold, and Trump sat in front of the television while this was going on with a bowl of popcorn, not wanting to miss a thing. And then Mike Pence describes wrapping up that post-insurrection meeting with Donald Trump.
He told me many times that he was a believer, and I told him, well, turn to Jesus.
Yeah, well, see, Trump doesn't turn to Jesus. Jesus turns to him, at least in Donald Trump's fevered mind. What is Donald Trump going to say to Jesus? Jesus, I hear you turn water into wine. So what? I turned a gas bag into vice president. See, the problem with Pence is he is never wrong. I guess that's the great thing about having his buddy Jesus with him all the time. There's nothing wrong with Mike Pence because he's never done anything wrong. And if he thinks he's done something wrong, his imaginary buddy, Jesus, says, no, you're right. It's the rest of the world. They're wrong. For example, here is Mike Pence taking questions from the audience last night at a CNN town hall. This is a question from a woman named Andrea.
Barbara, thank you. I represented Madison County in Congress for many years.
That's Andrea.
It's nice to see you.
And he sharts. It's Andrea, not Barbara. Nice to see you. Watch this again. It's great.
Barbara, thank you. I represented Madison County in Congress for many years.
That's Andrea.
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Not, gee, I'm sorry I got your name wrong. Instead, no, you have the wrong name. You're a Barbara, not an Andrea. How do I know? Because I'm right and you're wrong. Because I have Jesus on my side. One more time, watch it again, because this really is Mike Pence, a distillation of who Mike Pence is.
Barbara, thank you. I represented Madison County in Congress for many years.
That's Andrea.
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Like, whatever. I'm not going to embarrass you on live television and tell you your name should be Barbara and not Andrea. You're wrong. I'm right. Nice to see you. Let's move on. See, that's what fake Jesus, and that's what Mike Pence believes in. He believes in a fake homophobic Jesus. It's a fake Jesus. That's what fake Jesus gives fake people like Mike Pence. Fake Jesus gives him moral certitude. And from moral certitude comes just plain certitude. If I'm morally right, then I'm right about everything else, like your name, Barbara. That's what moral certitude from fake Jesus gives Mike Pence. It gives him the certitude not to regret a single day in those 4 years as Donald Trump's vice president. Moral certitude. There's no way joining the Trump administration could have been a mistake because I prayed on it. Jesus told me it was the right thing to do, so I can't be wrong. So when Trump wanted to hang Mike Pence to die, that can't be because Mike Pence is a bad judge of character. No, that wasn't because he got into bed with an entire movement of deadbeat racists and con artists who are antithetical to everything Jesus teaches. No, Mike Pence can't make mistakes. He has moral certitude, and he got it from fake Jesus. No, he's proud of his years with Donald Trump. And all Trump needs to do is turn to my imaginary friend, fake Jesus, then all is going to be forgiven. Then it never happened. See, historically, this kind of thinking, this moral certitude that Mike Pence exudes when he's not sharding, this kind of moral certitude leads to just certitude, and it gets millions upon millions killed. George W. Bush had the same moral certitude. He had the same friend, fake Jesus. And in the 2000 debates against Al Gore, he was asked who his favorite philosopher was, and Bush said, Jesus. See, if religion, any religion, mine, yours, anybody's religion, if religion guides you, that's fantastic. But stay away from my military, stay away from my nuclear launch codes, and stay away from my government. I don't want your moral certitude, because your moral certitude leads to certitude that creates wars that never end.